Booyah! This is Robin Wakeham from the Back Pain Secret podcast. And today we're going to talk about me, actually. I've been doing 100 episodes on my podcast. Today, I'm going to give you some background about who I am and what I do. But I'm going to cue up the intro song first, so I'm going to be right back.
So here's the important question. How can back pain sufferers like us, who don't want to use prescription drugs or go through surgery, heal our back pain? How do we live our daily lives in a way that allows us to go to work, take care of our families, enjoy life, and still manage our back pain? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Robin Wakeham, and welcome to Back Pain Secrets.
Okay, guys, I'm back, okay? And like I said, on today's episode, this is a big deal for me, Today, I've actually recorded 100 episodes on my podcast, Back Pain Secrets, okay? And I'm going to celebrate a bit, of course, but I'm going to give you the story about me, why I do what I do, so you can give you a bit of background, and why I keep on doing this stuff, As you know, guys, my name is Robin Wakeham. My dad's actually Canadian, and my Canadian Irish, and my mom is Swedish Italian, so I'm all mixed up. I'm born and raised in Sweden. I lived in different countries. I spent 2 years in Los Angeles, in the US. I spent 2 years in Canada, in St. John's, Newfoundland, and I spent 2 years in London as well, England. I was working as a physio, doing personal training, stuff like that. But I grew up actually in Sweden, in the countryside, okay? And I knew from a very early age that I wanted to play hockey, okay? And I really loved the game, and it seemed to love me as well, The more I worked at my hockey skills, the better I got. I can remember how my dad, went out on the blistering cold days to shovel snow off the ice, okay? So I could practice my hockey skills, even on the coldest Scandinavian days, okay? It wasn't long until my dad came through for me again. He built a life-size hockey goal cage in the barn for me, okay? There I could practice my shots and accuracy for hours. All that practice paid off, I became the kid that could always get the winning goal in the final seconds. For years, my schoolboy career looked very, very bright. Then, when I was 18 and looking towards going pro, the unthinkable happened, When I got up that fatal morning, I had no idea my life was about to change so abruptly, okay? My teammates were down at one point in the third period. I knew one of us was going to have to make that extraordinary move and get another score, and hopefully two. I focused my mind and almost sneered at the goal cage at the opposite end of the ice. I was going to make that shot, and no one was going to stop me. With more determination than I had ever had before, I sped around my opponent, streaked down the ice. I was out front and going at top speed. I started to smile inside. I was only a second away from making the tying goal. The next few minutes, or a fog, something happened. I hurt all over, but I didn't know what was going on, I remember my teammates gathering around me as I lay on the ice. Now the medics were hovering over me, touching me, putting something over my mouth. The searing pain was clouding my mind. I couldn't figure out what has happened and how I ended up flat on the ice. Moving forward, I received a very serious, debilitating back injury. While in the hospital, I learned a huge player I hadn't seen came out of nowhere and tackled me. Friends said the crowd gasped and then went quiet. The doctor announced I was lucky to be alive. My back was severely injured. They could repair it, and with therapy, I could live a relatively normal life, but the pain would probably continue forever. Clearly, my hockey career was over. Always the determined competitor, I focused on becoming a physical therapist and back pain specialist who could help other sufferers recover from their chronic pain I experienced. Still, my back pain continued. For 3 years, I was almost in tears daily due to the throbbing back pain that haunted my entire body. I went to anyone who might be able to help: doctors, physiotherapists, chiropractors, osteopaths, acupuncturists, masseuses, personal trainers. They all had interesting ideas and theories, but nothing worked. My pain continued, undebated. Being in pain like that, night and day for years, can take a toll on your spirits, okay? It's quite normal to become depressed. I lost my optimism and joy for life. At one point, I even stopped wanting to live. It just wasn't worth putting up with the intense, non-stopping back pain. They say it's when your life seems the darkest, a ray of sunlight peeks through. And that's what happened to me. The turning point for me was when I started to model other people who had back pain and gotten better. In the quest to find a lasting solution to my back pain problem, I began studying and reading books on back pain. After about 50 books, I understood why so many other people who suffered from back pain and me felt so confused and helpless. Okay, just like the different back pain experts I had visited who had given me different solutions and contradicting theories, about the problem. The various books, authors, they talked about one thing and said that was the right stuff. And the other expert also talked about the same stuff, but they didn't say the same thing, okay? I was very, very confused. A prescribed solution by one expert is always faulted or negated by the other expert, even though both of them had a PhD and graduated from Harvard. They always had different views and solutions to make my problem, which left me even more confused. So the more I was listening to these different experts, I was just getting more and more confused. The most important thing I decided to do was to begin to model people who had back pain but had eliminated it. I picked up this idea of modeling after other people from someone called Anthony Robbins, who is a famous life strategist, among many other things. I listened to his personal power programs over and over again because I understood that if I can't take care of my physical side, okay, I can't take care of my physical side without taking care of my mental side first. Both must be taken care of if I want to cure my back pain once and for all. I also put up some guiding principles for myself. Principle number 1, I would only follow advice from people who personally had experienced back pain and successfully cured it and had been free over an extended period of time. That was my first rule, okay? My second rule was I would test the information that I had found on myself and document the effects. And number 3, I would then help other people that want to eliminate their back pain. After a few weeks, I started to implement the information I had gathered. I also did other things, which I will tell you a bit about later. In the space of 4 weeks, I started to feel less pain in my back. And after 90 days, 80% of my back pain was eliminated. And even though I was not completely free from back pain, I did not feel any fear, stress, or anxiety or depression anymore. I could sleep and do almost anything I wanted to do again. Best of all, it was all natural, as I didn't undergo any surgical operations, and I was also off all the painkillers I had been taking over many, many, many years. Okay. Based on the knowledge I had acquired from the reading the courses, I was able to diagnose my back pain condition. It was something called spondylolisthesis. Spondylolisthesis is a condition that happens when one bone in your back vertebrae slides forward over the bone below. Because of this, my spinal cord and nerve roots was being squeezed. This was why I had experienced the back pain for 3 years. My diagnosis was confirmed through an MRI scan. Even though I was not completely free from my back pain, I felt happy and appreciated the fact that I'm still here. I believe in God, and I really felt then like the big guy upstairs just reached down and handed me a second chance in life. I also had a very intense feeling that I want to give back and help other people who are suffering from back pain. In my bid to give back to community and help other people with back pain problems, I enrolled at the Karolinska Institute, which is one of the world's famous medical universities, and studied physiotherapy for 6 years. I found my connection and direction in life. Before this, I was your average lost kid at 20 something, without any really sense or purpose in life. After my studies, I have personally treated thousands of back pain patients each year, built a big respected physiotherapy clinic, and also written the book called Back Pain Secrets, all in the space of 20 years. To reach more people all over the world with my message, that's really why I wrote this book, Back Pain Secrets, and it's a resource. When you get that book, it's basically something you can use just in an easy way to reduce your back pain. Okay, and that's really a really short story about me, why I do what I do, and it feels nice. I've done 100 episodes now of my podcast, and book sales are going up, and that makes I get a good feeling inside, because I know I'm helping people out there that are suffering from back pain. I'm not saying that I have all the solutions for you guys, okay? But definitely you can pick up a few tips and tricks, And with that said, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.
Want more back pain secrets? Then go ahead and get your free copy of my best-selling book, Back Pain Secrets, at backpainsecrets.com. Inside this book, you will find my top secrets to healing your back pain without prescription drugs or surgery that have helped thousands of other people just like you.